welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about a pen that I borrowed from Mr. Brownie again, and this pen is a Platinum President, which is a slightly bigger brother to the Platinum 3776. I'm gonna do a quick comparison, not really super in-depth, but just like look at the nib, look at the sides, and then I'm gonna tell you what I like about this pen and what I don't like about this pen. In addition, we're going to talk about the nib a little bit because there's a coarse nib on this pen and it's a dream. All right, let's switch a shot. All right, let's start with a look at the Platinum President with a coarse nib. Now, this is a burgundy version, and I have found that burgundy pens do not show up well on camera. I believe they call this finish the wine red. And it is a very gloomy day today. I'm working with unnatural lighting, but it doesn't really help show off this pen color. Just know it's like a burgundy-ish red color. Trim is gold, and it has on the cap band Japan President Platinum. Of course, it should be Platinum Japan President, but whatever. And then we have the clip is decently usable. It's not super loose or super tight. I think it's very nice. And then we have a golden ring right there. Now, of course, what is special to me about this pen is mostly the nib. It's a coarse nib, which is Platinum's double broad. Let me show you this nib. It has that hard breather hole that the 3776 has as well, but it has different markings, and I think this nib looks gorgeous. It's an 18K nib, and it is a great writer. Grip looks fairly small, but is very comfortable. It's not an issue. Threads, if you want to hold the pen a little higher, threads are not very sharp, so you can definitely do that. And the size of a pen is very decent. Posting works, doesn't even make it very top heavy. Cap is not super heavy, so if you like to post, you can do that. For me, it's a non-thing. Like, I never post generally. I sometimes post the Lamy 2000, but generally I'm not a poster. This is a cartridge converter pen. Surprised me when I got it in. I thought it would be a piston filler, but it's cartridge converter. I don't mind that. I'm not the nib user, the fountain pen user that really wants high ink capacity. I like switching up my pens, so I'm fine with that. And let's grab a 3776 to show you the size difference because it might not be that clear. And as you can see, it is only slightly bigger. I'm going to see if I can put them next to each other on the paper. The President is just thicker and slightly longer. I'm realizing that I have to zoom out a little bit for you guys. It's slightly longer and slightly thicker. And the weight is also, it's heftier. And if you like a heavier pen, I would go for the President. Now, they are very similar in their shape. And I wouldn't say writing experience, but mainly because I don't have a coarse nib on a 3776. But looks-wise, they're very similar. I would say this is just a grown-up version of the 3776. Nib, let me uncap both. Both are screw caps. And let's look at the nibs together. So there is a difference in the nibs in the gold content. President is 18K and the 3776 is 14K. So in that there is a difference. My 3776s have all been fairly soft and bouncy. So I don't see a difference in softness very much, but I might just have been lucky with those nibs. Hard breather hole is the same. Love that. And yeah, for looks, I prefer the President nib. I just love that monochrome finish more. All right. Now, that is the wrong cap. Silly me. I was gonna cap 3776 with the President cap. Anyway, of course, writing experience is important with this nib. It is the coarse nib, so platinum, it has dried out a little bit. That's because I have it uncapped for a long time. And I have a fairly saturated ink in here. So platinum's double broad is called the coarse. Platinum, and then president. Platinum president, and then the coarse nib. Which is really nice. It's nice and wet. What I found, this is new Tomoe River. It's interesting. I find that it makes pens skip a little more than other Tomoe River. I don't know if that's an objective observation, but it feels like that. Anyway, this is Maruzen, or I don't know how to pronounce that. Athena, Eternal Blue. It's James's favorite ink, and I believe it's one of Brownie's favorites too, so I'm basically gracing this pen with this ink. And it is a lovely writer. Lovely writer. Would I call this an actual double broad? I'm thinking about that and thinking about the broads that I have inked up, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison for you guys. But I have to reach down to grab my pen case. So, of course, the inks are not the same, but you'll get an idea of a regular broad versus a double broad or a coarse nib. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you get a little bit more of the comparison. This is an Opus pen. This is a regular broad. As you can see, it is definitely broader than the regular broad. This pen does not like being uncapped, and I think it's just the ink and the paper combo. I'll be using a different paper than Tomoe River. I'll talk about it in another video. It's great. It's honestly better. Anyway, Platinum President. And also James is texting me. Platinum President, coarse nib is definitely a great pen. I really like it. Now, this pen with this nib is slightly harder to get than I expected to. I've been scouring the internet a little bit. I know Cult Pens used to have it, but I've been looking it up to see what the price would be. Now, I can't find a current pen for sale, but I would say expect at least around $200. And then the coarse nib is, I think, a little more expensive than like a fine nib. I know Pensachi has some of the pens for sale, but not the coarse nib. And you could find some on eBay maybe, but if you're looking for like an official seller, a reputable seller, it's gonna be a little hard. Still, I wanted to share this pen with you guys because it is a lovely example of a platinum pen. And if you are a fan of the 3776 but are looking for something slightly bigger, go for this pen. It is really nice. All right, that is it for today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.